I told you this was only gonna hurt, if I warned you that the fire's gonna burn, would you walk in? Would you let me do it first? Do it all in the name of love. Would you let me lead you even when you're blind? In the darkness, in the middle of the night, in the silence, when there's no one by your side, would you call in the name of love? In the name of love, name of love, in the name of love, name of love.
Hey, what? Okay? Yeah, dude.
I have a story that will make your blood pressure go to the roof. So a couple years ago, a post went viral on Chinese social media. A new dad is asking for help, and his question is, we just have a newborn baby, and suddenly my wife started to ask me to do a lot of things, like helping her with dishes, helping her with chore, and helping him with the baby. So the dad's question is, what can I do so my wife will not ask me for help? And hundreds of dads provide their advice to this dad. The answer with the second most like that, just play dumb. Every time when your wife asks you to do anything, just play dumb and make things messy. Like you have a low IQ, you don't know how to function, you don't know how to do. Even she told you a million times how to do those things. Just pretend you don't know how to do those things. And eventually she will never ask you to help with anything. That is the second most liked answer. Let me tell you the top most liked answer. So the top most liked answer is actually a reply to the second most liked answer. So top liked answer says, okay, that is so immature. Let me tell you how I handle it. So every time when my wife asks me to do something, I will immediately do it. And sometimes I will even voluntarily to help her with certain things, like cleaning the dishes or helping with the baby, change the baby's diaper, or feeding the baby. But I will intentionally to mess things up. Like every time when I voluntarily to feed the baby, I will make the milk too hot or too cold. And every time when I voluntarily to do the dishes, I will break a glass or two. So every time I will mess things up on purposely. But every time I will voluntarily to help with my wife. So she will feel grateful that I'm willing to help. And she will understand that I want to help. I just cannot help her because I cannot do it as good as she did. So at the end, my wife stopped to ask me for help, but she also really appreciated that I want to help. And thousands of dads copied that answer and said, bookmark it, learn it. I'm gonna do it when I have a kid. The worst part is, there are thousands of those kind of men in this world, and they're not ashamed about it.
And then you say, this one is real interesting, you say the movie Europa is the most based documentary.
Yep.
Can I read a synopsis of that film?
Where are you going to read it from? Wikipedia? One of the bot forums?
Well, tell me if you think this is inaccurate.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm grabbing it. Here it is. So yeah, it's from Wikipedia, but if you have a better place to describe it, that's fine.
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Bro, the Wikipedia's lies about everything. Hell, they even make you look crazy on there, bro.
Well, it's all true. It's all true what they say. I mean, you know what I mean? Here's the synopsis of the film, and then correct it where it's wrong. The film promotes various anti-Semitic conspiracies claiming that communism was created by Jews with the goal of total world domination, and that Jews control the world's money supply and are conspiring to engineer the downfall of white race by encouraging immigration and interracial relationships. It also engages historical revisionism to claim that Jews started World War I and II as part of a plot to establish Israel by provoking the Nazis into acting in self-defense. The film also claims that Jews caused Germany's defeat in World War I, which is commonly referred to as the stab in the back myth, that Adolf Hitler was fighting against a global Jewish plot. You called that movie base, most base.
Yeah.
It's very base.
It is very base.
And
I mean, is it 100% accurate? No. Most documentaries aren't. There's always an error.
Okay, all right.
I'll say it's too base.
It's not, yeah, it's not.
So, but you guys don't have a problem with the description?
I mean, dude.
I mean, where'd you read that from? You read that from Wikipedia, bro?
Tell me. You watched the movie. Tell me if it's accurate.
Wait, you didn't watch it either?
Did you watch it?
No, I did not watch some fringe neo-Nazi documentary, bro. if there's men that watch this show, if they've learned anything, it's probably how to respect and how to have a long-term healthy relationship with a woman that you can call your wife and have a family with.
How do you get a wife, Ethan? Because my thing is like you're talking about the finish line. What about the race?
Yeah.
You stand like you have to.
Are either of you married?
Where you can even identify a female that's worthy of marriage, of having a family with, etc. And unfortunately, in today's day and age, it's not that simple anymore. So we live in a very complex world where it's difficult to identify women that are marriage material.
And most aren't. Simply, that's just what it is.
So you guys are. If you guys' method is so good, why aren't you married?
Again, because men are the ones that decide if they want to get married.
Choice.
So you choose not to be married.
Yes, because men are the ones. We're the gatekeepers to marriage and commitment. Women are the gatekeepers to sex.
Right. And you're 34, right, Myron?
Yes.
And do you plan on getting married someday? Do you think it's important?
Eventually, the nuclear family is the backbone to any thriving society.
Well, thank you for saying that about me.
Good job, but a lot of guys don't have that ability to find a woman that's worthy.
You don't have that ability.
I don't have that ability?
You're not married.
That's by choice.
But no, the ability to find a woman, you clearly don't have that ability. So you use the sugar daddy websites as dating sites.
Yes, so we did a whole episode on
And then
this.
you complain about women being shallow.
I never complained about women being shallow.
You say it's hard to find a good woman because they're motivated by material things and stuff, and yet you're seeking women, specifically a certain type of woman, obviously, would be on a sugar daddy website. So it seems like you are confirming your biases by even going there to find women.
What? Okay, so you
Sorry,
said-
Walter, I'll say it. Do you want me to say it again slower?
Married, what's going on? First day! How'd you meet? Oh, are you in a band? God, that's so cool. Every comedian wants to be a musician. We think you guys are so cool. What kind of music do you play? Oh, yeah. No comedians are like, you want to be in a dark folk screaming down there. The Revenge of Legolas. Yeah, you ever heard of my band? We're the fucking fairies. What does that mean? Dark folk fairy metal. Also, it's like heavy black metal, but about fairy lyrics. What's the audience like for that? Large, I presume. Each and all. Did you know he was in a death fairy band? God, death fairy metal people get laid more than I do? You guys met through, what did you say, mutual friends?
If you were part of a union of working class people who were allowed to build a better life in the middle class in America, you fucking listen to us. Because if you're out there buying those fucking hats, these swindlers are selling at that fucking fair. I'm sorry, kids, I know there's kids here. Then you're part of the problem, and I'll tell you why. Because you're being duped by the greatest swindler in the history of the world. You're being duped by a bunch of grifters and billionaires who don't give a shit about you or your family. They care about their fucking tax breaks and the money they can put in their pocket. If you consider yourself a patriot and you're spouting off that election denying shit, I will fight your ass outside if you want to. Wake the fuck up! We're working class people! These people are the fucking rich, the billionaires, and they don't give a shit! Thank you for listening.
Have you ever heard them say "if" since we've been sitting here for I don't know how long?
Yes, I've been taking a tally.
Oh, okay. Can you show us? Can you show us what the tally is?
More than 35 times, the Republican witnesses and Republican members of the committee have used the word "if."
Thank you so much for that. Because honestly, if they would continue to say "if" or "Hunter" and we were playing a drinking game, I would be drunk by now. Because I promise you, they have not talked about the subject of this, which would be the president. But let me tell you something that was so disturbing as I walked in to this chamber today. I prepared, I said, what is the crime? Because when you're talking about impeachment, you're talking about high crimes or misdemeanors. And I can't seem to find the crime. And honestly, no one has testified of what crime they believe the President of the United States has committed. But when we start talking about things that look like evidence, they want to act like they blind. They don't know what this is. These are our national secrets. Looks like in the shitter to me. This looks like more evidence of our national secrets, say on a stage at Mar-a-Lago. When we're talking about somebody that's committed high crimes, it's at least indictments. Let's say 32 counts related to unauthorized retention of national security secrets, 7 counts related to obstructing the investigation, 3 false statements, 1 count of conspiracy to defraud the United States, falsifying business records, conspiracy to defraud the United States, 2 counts related to efforts to obstruct the vote certification proceedings, 1 count of conspiracy to violate civil rights, 23 counts related to forgery or false document statements, 8 counts related to soliciting, and I could go on because he's got 91 counts pending right now. But I will tell you what the president has been guilty of. He has unfortunately been guilty of loving his child unconditionally, and that is the only evidence that they have brought forward. And honestly, I hope and pray that my parents love me half as much as he loves his child. Until they find some evidence, we need to get back to the people's work, which means keeping this government open so that people don't go hungry in the streets of the United States. And I will yield.
Hey, nigga, fuck Dan Snyder. All my niggas don't fuck with Dan Snyder. Hey, what y'all niggas think of Dan Snyder? Nickelodeon's been investigating this nigga for years. Push the fucking button. Fuck Nickelodeon. We Nickelodeon. We niggas loitering. I heard you live lonely as hell in Calabasas, surrounded by aesthetically strange foot paintings. Hey, I'm finna show this nigga what the feet really feel like. That nigga should be booked. Throw away the key, nigga. Fucking fat ass nigga. Yo, fat shame this nigga. He deserves to be fat shamed. Came to your hood, nigga. I came to your street. Nobody knew you. If I go missing after this, just know that nigga Dan is 93% responsible. Drake? That Victoria shit got kinda mid after the 2nd season. I like that Carly though. Jamie Lynn Spears could have been the next Mary-Kate and Ashley. Look at her now. Britney Spears' sister. Nigga don't even got no fucking money spread videos. I ain't never seen one Dan Snyder money spread video.
Ariana Grande definitely don't fuck with you.
What the fuck did you do with Gibby? Why the fuck was his shirt always off? Yo, I heard you got Ned's Declassified canceled because it was only showing y'all's mutual network combating your ratings. That's fuck nigga shit. You the reason Ned started a podcast and Mo started rapping with Lil Yachty and shit. Kara, I'm genuinely so sorry. I'm probably your biggest fan. I listen to Money Counter every morning. I was just joking. I swear to God. Wasn't no real niggas watching Henry Danger, man. I'm off this twisted tea right now. I'll smack the shit out of this nigga.
This how cool. Nene got all of Nene. Oh, they get me. Oh my God. No, they ain't even funny. They said wrong feed. Oh God, they wrong feed. Oh.
So, you're playing for the club championship. After 17 holes, you and your opponent are dead even. You have the honors off the 18th tee. You hit your drive right down the middle of the fairway, 250 yards. Your opponent goes straight right into the woods. You help him look for the ball for about 10 minutes. Finally, he says to you, why don't you go back and get your second shot? I'll look for my ball for a couple more minutes. If I don't find it, I'll go back and tee up again. You go out to the fairway, you get your second shot. It's perfect. It lands about 10 feet from the pin. Just as your ball hits the green, from out of the woods, you hear, found it. The ball comes flying out of the woods, drops about this far from the pin for a gimme. Here's the dilemma. You take the cheating bastard's ball out of your pocket, Or you just keep your mouth shut.
Empty. 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 Empty.